And Carly, I got to be honest, always coming to Tampa Bay, I still feel like I'm learning stuff about the area all the time,
Mhm.
including talking about its mob history. And while you can get in on the fun and possibly learn more about this mob history with a walking tour, let's go ahead, welcome in our first guest, Scott Ditchy, to the show today. Hi, Scott. How are you?
Great. Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh,
Yeah, so we were talking about this. Natalie, newer to the area. I grew up here, but we still don't even know. I think a lot of people are in the same boat of us of kind of learning the history about the mob and the mafia that's right here in the Bay Area. We're not alone, right, Scott?
No, most of the people that come on my tours, either whether they're local or just moved down here, a lot of them don't have, might have heard a couple things here and there, but don't really know the full story. And I think people sometimes are surprised that we have such a rich and fascinating underworld history here in Tampa.
well, Scott, let's kind of break it down what we are talking about here. I was sharing with you before we got started, my hometown was right in between Chicago and New York City on Highway 30. So there was always stories of mobsters coming through our area, getting their cars worked on and things as they made that journey. What kind of mobsters are we talking about here that primarily were in the area of Ybor that you were able to learn about through this walking tour?
So in the early years, there were quite a few different groups engaged in a variety of different rackets, especially during Prohibition. Bootlegging was big business down here. But actually, the first underworld kingpin in Tampa was a white guy named Charlie Wall. He was the son of some of the most prominent families in Tampa, and they called him the White Shadow because he was really white, wore a white suit and a white top hat a lot. Um, but by the 30s and 40s, the mafia came to be probably the dominant organized crime group in Tampa. And you mentioned Chicago and New York and even Ohio, Cleveland. There were a lot of ties between the mobsters that were here in Tampa and other parts of the country, New Orleans, Chicago, Kansas City, Cleveland, New York. So it was, they were part of that national syndicate, if you will.
Talk about the fascination when it comes to, because they certainly have a following, and I think we've seen that, grow over the years. And I'd imagine it's a tough line where you don't necessarily want to celebrate. I mean, obviously, these were serious crimes. I mean, you're talking about, some bad things that were happening. But talk about kind of how there is this following and how you've seen it grow over the years, Scott.
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, Nick. What's the fascination with it? And there's a unique fascination with kind of that, the honorable criminal or the criminal element or the gangsters, whether it's through Hollywood movies or The Godfather, Goodfellas, or The Sopranos. People really like that and find it fascinating. And, when you're talking about Tampa or New York or any of these other places, the underworld history often is very tied into the overall history of an area. And I think people that want to come out on these type of walking tours, whether it's a ghost tour or a mafia tour or a pirate tour, wherever you are in these different cities, people gravitate towards those kind of different and edgy tours. And I think here with the Tampa Mafia tours, we're not only giving them the history of Ybor City, but showing how the history of the underworld in Tampa really ties into how the political history and other parts of the city grew up in the early 20th century.
Scott, you said over a decade ago you got this idea, your own interest, and started to explore it, and now it has created and increased with popularity so that people can join the Mafia Tour. What was it for you? Why did you want to embark on learning about the history and then creating this Mafia Tour?
So I first got interested. I grew up in New Jersey, hence the general interest in the topic. My mom liked old gangster movies. We were right outside New York, so you got a lot of the gangster news. It really wasn't until the early 90s that I started just reading some of the mob books that were around. Started doing some research about the mob in Tampa in the mid 90s, and then somewhere along the line, I'm like, I'm going to write a book. So my first book, Cigar City Mafia, about the mob in Tampa, came out in 2004, and I've written 8 other books on organized crime since then. But maybe about 10, 11 years ago, I thought it'd be a really good idea to kind of do maybe a little tour just with a couple people around Ybor City. And that went really well, and it started growing. And I partnered up with Lisa Figueredo, and we kind of took it to the next level and said, let's make this a real thing, an actual Tampa Mafia tour. So we started doing groups. We do group tours. We do tours primarily on the weekends, but we just added some happy hour tours for people after work want to come. So it's become this, it's definitely grown quite a bit over the past, let's say past 5 or 6 years, especially.
We have less than a minute left, but invite everybody out. Kind of talk about how long is the tour. I love that you do them September through May. I'm assuming because that's when the weather is nicer and we can maybe handle it a little bit more.
Yeah, so it is a walking tour, hence, the middle of August, not a prime time to be walking around in the middle of the day. So we usually do a noon, a 3, and a 6 p.m. tour. It's about 3/4 to a mile loop around Ybor City, but an easy walk, wheelchair accessible. And we visit anywhere from about 10 to 12 different spots, depending on the ebb and flow of the crowd, how much foot traffic there is around Ybor City. But it kind of takes you through a history of organized crime and these underworld characters here in Ybor City. And most of the buildings are still standing, which is a huge help.
Huh. Carly, I feel like this needs to be in our future. I feel like we need to dress up. Do people dress up to go on the tour? Because I would totally want to do that.
They do. And we do a lot of private group tours and corporate, kind of team building tours. So yeah, absolutely.
I love
See,
it.
in my mind went to, I want a documentary. I want to see you telling the stories. I know you've written books, but you know me, I love a good documentary, Natalie. So, well, so cool. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Again, these tours are going on through May now. We've been showing your website. That's the best place to get tickets.
Yep. Yeah. And we're just putting up our winter dates, and we'll put up the spring dates pretty soon. So yeah, come on out. It's a great time, and this is a great time of the year to do it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Scott. Take care, okay? Stay in touch. I'll work on my costume now.
Thank you.